Hello everyone. So in the last video we have stopped here. We started talking about the receiver. Okay. So this thing is a receiver. Okay. So receiver means what? This is receiving something. So this receiver, so don't think this is an LED. This will also emit some light or white light or something. No. This looks like an LED, but for the moment think this is not an LED. Okay. So this is called receiver. Okay. So what this thing do is it will receive the lights, receive something. So in our scenario we have IR sensor pair. Okay, so that means these two things are there. So you can think one is emitting and another one is receiving. So this is this is emitting and this is receiving. So what this receiver will receive, what this emitter will emit, the receiver will receive. Okay, so the emitter will emit IR rays, the receiver will receive the IR rays. Okay, so this guy is capable of which guy? Okay, I will check it. So this guy, okay, so I'm talking about him. I was not sure whether my mouse cursor was visible earlier. Now it is visible. So this guy is the receiver. So he will be able to receive the IR rays that is coming from this emitter. Okay, so he is capable of receiving the rays. Okay, wait. Okay, so what will happen if this guy is receiving the rays? Okay, that is some very important scenario you should know. If he is receiving the IR rays that is coming from him, okay, so these are the pair. Okay, pair one, the first guy and second guy. So this is the pair. We need the pairs because we need the emitter and the receiver. So we have a pair. Okay, repeating, pair. So when he is receiving the IR rays, what will happen within him is his resistance will change. Whose resistance? The receiver's resistance. Okay, so I will write like this. I'm sorry. Resistance will change. When will the resistance change? Upon the IR light falls on it. Okay, that means what? This IR light is falling on him, so he is receiving the IR lights or rays, and his resistance will change. Okay, sorry guys. So are we clear up to now? Obviously we are clear, right? So now how will the resistance will change? This is very simple. The more IR rays falling on him, the resistance will change the opposite way. Okay, that means whenever the IR rays is falling on the receiver, okay, IR rays are falling on the receiver, okay, here his resistance will fall down. Okay, resistance will go down. Understand what I'm telling about? So the more IR ray falls on the receiver, the less resistance the receiver will be having. Okay, resistance. Okay, the less, if there is less IR sensor rays falling on the resistor, the resistance will be high. I'm sorry, if less IR rays are falling on the receiver, the resistance of the receiver will be high. If more IR sensor lights are falling on the receiver, the resistance of the receiver will be low. Okay, so if the IR rays falling on the receivers are high, the resistance on the receiver will be low. Okay, so the IR rays falling increasing, receiver resistance will be decreasing. Okay, this is the important thing. Okay, so you might have heard. Okay, let's not talk about that. So we will have a separate circuit along with it. Okay, so we have to create a circuit with these two sensor pairs to give the power and to read the resistance value. I mean, do some blah 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 things. Okay, so this resistance falling down will, okay, make a voltage change where in the receiver. Okay, either the receiver's voltage will go down or increase. I am not sure whether it will go down or increase. Logically talking, if the resistance is falling down, the voltage across the receiver also will fall down. Sometimes it may increase, I don't know, but logically it should fall down. Anyway, you should know something. This is happening, okay? This first scenario is happening. So from that to this towards a voltage, that means the second scenario, okay, this scenario, I mean resistance is falling down, so voltage is either falling or increasing. You should know with the resistor the voltage is also going to change now, okay, because if you change the resistance, voltage will change. That is so obvious, okay? So voltage across the receiver will change. For the moment we can think it is falling down, okay? So IRs and rays are falling on the receiver, resistance of the receiver is falling down, that immediately change the voltage also, either falling down or increasing. For the moment we can think voltage also falling down. So this is the flow. So now you can think, if the voltage is falling down, what we can do using our what we have studied, we can take wire from the place wherever the voltage can be read, and we can send it to an analog pin, let's say A0, and we can read the analog values, okay? That means when the voltage is changing, the analog value also will change from 0 to 1023. So if the voltage is falling down, the analog value will be also falling down. You know, we are only reading the voltage using the analog value, okay, analog input. You know that, right? I have explained it, okay? So analog value also falling down if the voltage is falling down. If there are, let's say, few IR rays and resistance is high, and let's say voltage is increasing, okay, I'm not sure whether increasing or decreasing, then the analog value will be higher value, okay? So do you understand how we can use a sensor with our coding? Now see how it works. We are emitting an IR ray, we are receiving an IR ray, resistance is changing, voltage is changing, then the analog input is changing. Then we can use the code to do something depending on the amount of, depending on the behavior of this scenario, of this sensor. That means depending on the amount of IR rays falling down here, we can do something in the code. We can read and find out, okay, we can calibrate and find out, less voltage value, less analog value is here, so resistance is low. That means more rays are falling down in the sensor. We can interpret like this. If the voltage is falling down, okay, if the voltage is increasing, it should be the other way around, okay guys? So yes, so do you understand up to now, guys? Okay, let's hold on here. Let's continue in the next video in a fresh manner.